and we're always supporting each other. So our training tends to be mutual training often. So that's what I love about this. But Julie and I thought it would be great to bring as many of you on tonight as possible so that we could talk to you about what this week is going to look like and how you can best take advantage of it. If you are already silver, as I mentioned earlier, but I hadn't hit record yet, if you're already to silver, that means you have people under you. And this is really great for you too, because it's going to give you some tools to then duplicate this and help train your level ones as they come on. The more times you can go silver, you don't get the achievement bonus every time you get 3 people, unfortunately, but you still get them as you keep ranking up. So that's a good thing. But the idea is that more times you go silver yourself, once you've already gone silver, is that you maintain momentum on your team. And it's a really great way to build strong on your team. If you are personally recruiting 3 new people every month or as many months as you can, then what ends up happening is you build it really, really, really wide in your organization, and you're training your people to do that too. And that's going to build you really, really, really deep. And that's how you rank up in the company and become very successful with Plexus. So we're going to start tonight by talking about a couple of things. I'm going to talk for a bit. Julie's going to talk for a bit. And I'm going to talk to you guys about how to make this really viable this week. I want to talk about accountability partners. So because your organization may be young, I think the smartest thing for us to do where we're looking at a 7-day window is for you guys as sponsors to have your level ones be accountable to you. So instead of breaking people up like level ones with level ones and having them be accountable to each other, we're going to make it so that your level ones are accountable to you. So Tasha, you're accountable to me. So that means like what I'm about to explain will make more sense in just a second, but you and I are accountability partners. Okay. Holly, you and Stacy are accountability partners, and anybody that you guys bring on to this silver and 7, they are your direct downline would be your accountability partner. So what does that mean? At the end of each day, we should be able to report to, and certainly to ourselves, but to this partner, what we've done in the day to actually help grow the business that you're trying to run. And specifically, what have you done today to try to get to silver this week? So I want to talk about something called income producing activity. There are 2 types of activity that you can do in your business. One of them is going to get you some income, and the other is not necessarily going to get you some income, but it might get you ahead in terms of like learning about products and that kind of stuff. So we want to focus on the income producing activity for the next 7 days. And so at the end of the day, we want you to be able to be accountable to say, this is what I did. So let's talk about what types of things are income producing. So posting every day on social media. And we're going to talk a little bit, Julie's going to talk to you guys a little bit about that later in reference to the Almay Darling video and Amber Miller video from yesterday. So posting every single day with intent, reaching out to people on your list that was part of your homework yesterday, reaching out to people on your list, as many people as you can. Like I know that some of you guys reach out to 10 people or more every single day. That is going to get you closer to yes, okay? But let's say you pick 3 people or you pick 5 people or whatever it is. That's what reaching out means. And we're going to talk about some verbiage that you can use to reach out to people. Following up. So that means when you post, especially if you're new posting, people are going to react to your posts. They're going to like it. They're going to maybe even comment or both. And what you do next determines what happens with that person and whether or not you're going to be successful in them becoming a customer or even signing up with you. So following up means that you're going to reach out to those people who like and comment on your post, and you're not going to let it wait. You're going to fire them off a message, a private one, right away. And you're going to thank them for liking your post, and you're going to say something like, have you ever tried Plexus? something very simple to get the conversation going. The next thing you're going to do as part of that income producing activity is you're going to reach out to your upline. Now, if your upline, you're like your immediate sponsor. So Tasha, I'm your immediate sponsor. Anybody in your level 1, you are their immediate sponsor. So once you've reached out and you've posted and you've followed up, and somebody comes back after you've said, have you tried Plexus? And they say something like, no, but I really liked your post, or no, I haven't tried it. What is it? You're either going to have an answer that you're comfortable with. And if you don't have an answer that you're comfortable with, you're going to engage your upline. Okay. And you're going to get them to help you. Now, that can mean that you actually reach out to them in the sense that you send them a message and you get the answer, and then you go back to the party that you were talking to. It can also mean that you say to the person, listen, I'm just getting started here, but I'm really excited about my products, and I'm going to ask my upline to join us in the conversation. Do you mind if I do it that way? And you can choose which way you want to do that. I know that I've done both with everybody that's on this call before. And both works. Both works for your sponsor. It's just whatever you're most comfortable with. Some people like to have that third person in the chat because it helps to validate what you're talking about by having another expert on the call. Okay? If that makes sense. Now, you need to think about your income producing activity in terms of your personal time allotment. That means how much time can you give to that? What's reasonable for you? One thing I will tell you is when we're talking about income producing activity, we're not talking about scrolling on Facebook. We're not talking about commenting on other people's posts or liking them. We are talking about things that could possibly get you a customer or an ambassador on your team. So the 4 things, again, posting on social media, reaching out to people on your list, following up with the likes and the comments, engaging your upline in the conversation, either as a group chat or a 3-way Zoom or a 3-way phone call, or by engaging your upline simply by asking them the questions, getting the answers, and going back to your party. And your time allotment will be much better served if you're not scrolling on Facebook for half an hour than doing one of these things, than scrolling on Facebook for half an hour. Because you know what? That's not network marketing. That's scrolling on Facebook and doing a tiny little bit of network marketing. Okay? So you really have to be mindful about how you're spending your time. When I am more mindful and I'm more present in my income producing activity, those are the times when I have the biggest boom. Those are the times when I prospect tons and tons of people. And once you do one, it feels really good. Then you want to do another one. Then it feels really good. Then you want to do another one. It's like popcorn. You just can't have one piece. It's true. So I'm going to pass it over to Julie. That's it for my piece for now. And Julie's going to talk to you guys.
Well, that's a really great start, Tanya. Thank you. And we're going to jump into part 1 of the 4 pieces of IPA that Tanya's talked about, and that is your daily posting. And so to launch you off, we asked that you would have watched a video that I posted for today, day 2, and it features Ame Darling. Ame, our favorite darling. She is fantastic. And there are a few reasons that we love Ame. One is her energy. Just love her energy. 2 is this is a woman who knows her stuff. And because of her background, she is my go-to for product information. Love her videos. So although it's not a part of our focus this week, as you grow in your Plexus business and you're getting to know products, she is a name to remember. She is someone to follow on Facebook. She is someone whose YouTube channel to follow. Love her. But I really love that she's really real and she can just say it like it is. So that video that I asked you to watch is really great because she's real, she's telling it like it is, and she has a great way with energy to capture it. So I'm going to ask you now to jump in. So everyone's going to unmute here, and you're going to tell me what are the things that Ame said is important for effective daily posting in Facebook. So she was speaking specifically to Facebook. It's one of the social medias that you can use. You might end up using Facebook. You might end up using Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. But she was focused on Facebook, and we can still use the lessons that she taught us about Facebook with those different platforms. So shout them out to me. What are the things that you picked out or that stuck with you from Ame? So what did she tell us?
Somebody else?
Sorry, that was kind of broken up, Crystal. Can you say it again? Sorry.
Sound like yourself and not somebody else.
Damn.
Absolutely. Dead on. So you have to be yourself. And there's going to be all kinds of opportunity to watch others and follow others. And this is incredibly important because you've got to be real, because people aren't going to believe you if you're not real. So that's a great one. And that might be something as simple as being yourself and who you are and branding yourself. And it's also when you are looking to use posts that may have been posted before, make sure you put your own flavor on them so it sounds like you. Awesome. Show me another one.
I've got two, Julie. Be careful of your hashtags because the Facebook police will troll them. And number two, never post your website.
Awesome. Those are two really, really important ones, because the reality is that when you're using your personal Facebook page, it's really meant to be for personal use and not a business use. And down the road when you grow, we can look at business options you may have, but we've got to keep your personal posts personal so you don't get in Facebook jail. So absolutely, those are two great ones. Does that mean, do you think that we have to avoid all hashtags?
No, just be careful of what you're putting in the hashtag.
Absolutely. That's exactly the message. Great.
Okay,
So what else?
Can I interject for just a second?
Please do.
So just so everybody's clear, Facebook jail means that you cannot post in groups or do any group activity whatsoever. Like, you're just limited to your timeline. So you can still post if you're in Facebook jail, but they're going to be watching you real close. So you have to be super, super careful. And again, they keep you out of events, out of groups, so our team page would be off limits to you, or any groups or events that you're running. So let's say you had a sip and see tomorrow, which
you're in timeout.
you're in Facebook jail, and they'll tell you at 12:03 on Wednesday you're in jail. So just to clarify that. And about the hashtags, about being careful with hashtags, there's some, like, it may not be crystal clear to everybody what that means. Could you want to further that, Sam?
What did she say? Like, I can't remember her example. Like, hashtag plexus heals. You can't say that.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So no hashtag migraine, hashtag IBS, none of those.
No.
All that kind of good stuff, especially. Yeah. Good job.
Before and after?
Before and after. What about before and after?
Can you do that one?
Paul wants to know if you can hashtag before and after.
Yeah, I mean, there is the plexus before and after, right? And I do it.
Yeah, okay. That's good. So do I.
Yeah.
Cool.
Paul hasn't seen the video yet, so I'm trying to surmise it for him.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to participate.
Okay, what else did we hear?
Don't talk about how much money you make.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. And so that means, and actually really any monetary reference whatsoever, and she didn't mention it, but one I would add to it is that we don't post pricing either. So really, keep the dollar values out of the conversation. It is legit to post the $34.95
right.
Annual web hosting fee. That is the one legit price that you are allowed to post publicly. But pretty much any other dollar value related to income, related to commissions, related to product pricing, just avoid it completely. Good one, Tasha. What else?
Try to avoid message me.
Oh, right. That's a good one, too.
Really?
Yeah, don't say that.
Yes. Why?
Yeah, no.
No, tell us why, Sam. Why do you not say message me?
I can't remember. You're trolling. That's what she said. You're
Perfect.
trolling.
To the
Yes.
hair.
I was just going to say you sound creepy, but that's okay.
Yeah, you sound creepy, or you sound almost desperate. Yeah.
Right. And it sounds very salesy. And remember, if you're being real and who you are, you shouldn't sound like a sales pitch. You should sound like a person who is really excited that they are living this great life, really excited to have access to these great products, and really looking for people just to feel as great as you. So we avoid all those salesy things, including the message me or get in contact with me now. They're all great ones, because ultimately, and what she pointed out to us is people are watching, and they're watching all the time, and they're going to notice how great your life is. They're going to notice what you're saying about the product, but they're also going to notice if you fall into that sales pitchy pattern, right? Now, what she did say, and I really liked, is, and she started right off the bat with, it is your role to post and be consistent. Her number one thing right out of the gate was you need to be consistent. And sometimes what people feel is that by being consistent, you're pestering people. But remember, if you're actually being consistent with real and your life, and you're mixing it up just like she suggested, so you have your funny posts and you have your family posts, and then you have how great your Plexus Life post is, that's not pestering people. That's blogging, which is basically what Facebook allows you to do. Blog, this is the life that I'm leading. This is who I am. And hopefully, because people are constantly watching, at some point they are going to kick in and they're going to want to be that. So I loved how she captured it at the end. Relax, live out loud, and be attractive to other people. So although she didn't say it, I would add to the list, leave your negative Nelly somewhere else. It doesn't live on Facebook anymore. We see a lot of that modeled, not by Plexus people in particular, but by the general public. If that's a habit that you've had on Facebook, that's one that you need to change. You want to live out loud in a positive lifestyle that people are going to find attractive. You want that attraction marketing piece. But at the same time, she's saying relax. And what that is, and this is a really key message to this video, because in addition to being a great video about some Facebook important things to do, what I love about this video is that she says, I make mistakes. I still make mistakes. I made mistakes as an emerald. And you know what? Life goes on, because you have to be bold. And part of that is that relax and be bold, get out there and just do it. What this 7 days is about for us is you actually learn by doing. We're not going to plug you up in a room for 7 days and say, we're going to sit you here and tell you about what you need to do. This is jump in and let's do it. And every day take specific actions and give it a go. And you know what? We're going to do some great things, and we might do some things that are less great. But what I want you to remember is Ame saying, I did it wrong, but now I do it better. And that's the attitude we want you to take. So first, sometimes you actually have to do it, and sometimes do what looking back will say, well, maybe that wasn't the best way to do it. So what? At least you put yourself out there and you gave it a go. And that's what we're looking for you to do. So don't worry about memorizing 852 do's and don'ts. Take into account what she shared with us. Give it a go. Put yourself out there. Be real. Be yourself. Be bold. Let's just jump in and do it. And you know what? What we will do in the 7 days, but also as we continue as your sponsors, we'll give you feedback. And, you know, we might see a post, and I've done this before, where someone's put a post, and I'll say, hey, that was a really great post. I really liked the way you did this. You should keep in mind that it's not a great idea to post your website in there. And when you read that, I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, I messed up, I better stop. I want you to be like, yay, I put a post out there, and now the next time I'll do it a little differently. So whether that feedback comes from your sponsor, another team member, somebody else, what we really wish for you is that you could keep Ame in mind, be bold, be real, get out there, and learn by doing. And when we give you feedback, it's not to shut you down. It's not to say that was bad. It's good for you for doing something awesome. Next time, maybe you think about this. And so we hope that you take that spirit through these 7 days, and it'll be learning for all of us. It's great learning for sponsors. So all of you on this call that are sponsors, that's part of your role as being a good sponsor as well. That you will actually learn not only to duplicate and teach the skills that we're giving you, but that you would also learn those leadership skills. And part of being a leader is being able to give feedback and help people in their growth. So that's the part of the 7 days as well.
I usually get in trouble.
All righty. So the second thing I want to talk about tonight is that what we actually did was set off what we're going to do for these 7 days. So each day I'm actually going to post a video. They're not long ones. These are not 45-minute training videos that we're going to post. These vary from about 3.5 to 12.5 minutes. Each day there will be one video post, and with that will be an accountability piece. So last night it was a little bit different. It was watch this video before you come to the meeting tonight, and come to the meeting prepared to talk about it, which is what we did tonight. What we will do starting with day 3's video, Silver and 7 day 3, is that there will be an accountability piece to do within the post. So the post where I announce the video, I'll give you your homework right in the post. You watch the video, and then down underneath as a comment, you do your accountability piece. You do your homework, which is responding to the question, or giving feedback to the video, or whatever it is that I give you as the homework challenge in the video. So that's how we're going to carry out for the rest of the 7 days. Silver and 7 day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, little videos that we think will reinforce things that we've already told you or taught you, or that will bring in some information to help you develop your skills. And we're really looking forward to the dialogue in those posts, because we're always all growing from that. We benefit from that, and it's really important for you to do that piece, because your personal reflection is really important growth for you, but our collective reflection and what we learn from watching and learning from others is really incredibly valuable. So I want to thank you in advance for taking on that challenge and being accountable in that way. Like Tanya said, you're going to be accountable to your sponsor every day by contacting them and saying, this is what I did in my effort to go silver. This is what I did today, X, Y, and Z. And then the second accountability piece is your response to the video that adds to your growth, but it also adds to the growth of the whole team. So be watching for those videos every day.
So groovy. Do you guys have any questions about how that's going to roll out? Okay. So I guess the last piece we wanted to talk to you about is, in addition to the one video that's going to be posted per day, Julie's going to take care of that piece. I'm going to be posting like a tip per day or a trick per day. So you can be looking for those. They may actually be old shoe for some of you guys. You may have tried some of these things before, and you may be like, hey, I'm on the right track. I've done that before. Or on the other side, it might be, oh, cool, I never thought of doing that before. And these won't be tricks that I'm going to like pull out of the sky. I'm going to be duplicating those from people who are successful, which is what this business is all about. I think that word is my favorite word in training, that duplication word, because so true. Like everything that has worked for me, I've copied off of somebody else. And we're all okay with that. We're all okay with copying off each other. That's why would you try to reinvent the wheel? Do what works. Keep it simple so that you can spend your time doing the stuff that's going to earn you an income, right? Like I have made a lot of videos, but I have made those videos for me partly product training videos so that I can reinforce my learning with those videos. So that was more of a personal thing for me. And a few times it was because I couldn't find a video that said what I wanted it to say. Very rarely though. Usually they're better than what I can say. It's just that it was good practice for me. Okay. So in other words, you don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel. Just do what is simple. And in terms of going silver and 7, or maybe like Julie said in her introductory video, maybe you don't get anybody this week, and that's okay too. Maybe you're planting seeds for the future. And I would like to leave you guys with this tonight. Okay, so not everybody who's going to be watching this training would have been at our last team training. I'm just going to back up a little bit and talk about what planting seeds means. All right? Planting seeds means that just like a farmer would plant some seeds, you're not going to expect the thing to grow right now. Okay. You're going to keep nurturing that, and you're going to keep watering it, I guess, and you're going to go back and check on it, and you're going to weed it. That's the follow-up piece. That the planting seeds is what you do all the time when you post. And so being yourself, that's why you need to be yourself, because people will see through it if you're not. If you post with intent and you're really mindful about what you're posting, and it comes from the heart, okay, and it comes from words that you would use, people are attracted to that because they know it's you and it seems authentic. So you've just planted a seed. The minute somebody has gone, that's a seed planted. The might not like, might not comment, might not reach out to you. And you know what? That seed may take longer to grow than some other seeds are going to sprout right up. And we've all experienced that. I mean, I know that you guys have all said to me, wow, I didn't even know that person was watching me. And then they reached out to me all of a sudden and said, oh, I noticed that. And I remembered those posts from this time and that time. And the longer you do this, the more that will happen. But it truly is real. And it happened. Like, Julie, you and I were Zooming last night, and a message popped up. I'm like, oh, so-and-so's ready to, I didn't even know they were, oh yeah, okay. It happens a lot. So you really keep planting. Something that.
And just before you go on, it happens a lot, but not right away.
Yes.
So you have to keep consistency, and you have to keep going, because that's not going to happen in the first few months. That happens after time. So the consistency is key, and it can be really, really, really discouraging, because you can make your list of 100 people, and you can spend every day with, whether it's 3, 5, 7, 9, however many people a day that you've committed to yourself that you're going to reach out to. They may not be seeds that sprout for a long time, but you have to keep going, even though you don't have that instant gratification, because it does come. It does happen.
Yes.
I went silver in February already, and it's not because of the work that I did in February. It is work that I did November, December, and January. And those 3 people that I have signed in February, it has nothing to do with a single action I took in February. But I'm benefiting it now. Now is harvest time. And some of that harvesting takes longer than 2 or 3 months. And the annoying thing about it is when the seeds are underground, you can't see it, and it feels futile, but you have to forge ahead. And I can go back and I can track in my own business when I wasn't consistent. And you look ahead from that 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks, and guess what's happening? Nothing. That's what's happening. And that's why you have to stick with it, and you can't be discouraged that it doesn't happen instantaneously, because this is not an instant gratification business. It really isn't.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Julie. The term or the expression that Amma used, they are watching and waiting. It's so true. People will tell me all the time, I watched you and I didn't say anything because I didn't want to get sucked in. I said that to Julie. When she reached out to me, I was like, well, I didn't talk to you about this, actually. Look at us now. So people are watching. They just choose not to engage. And that's okay. They will eventually. Maybe not 100% of people, obviously, because that would be perfect. But yeah. So I wanted to leave you guys with that. And Julie, you said it perfectly. The things you do now will impact your business in May. Believe it. It's absolutely true. The things that I did last March impacted my business this month. So it's true. So keep on keeping on, and don't be discouraged. And if you are discouraged, this is the other thing. Don't crawl into a hole and not tell anybody. Reach out to your sponsor, or maybe it's not your sponsor you want to talk to about it. Maybe it's a teammate or somebody in your upline. But, because there is an ebb and flow to this business, you need to understand that you need to just work harder when you're in the ebb, and when it's flowing, flow with it, and not give up when you're in the ebb. That's the key.
So this is a perfect opportunity to do that for 7 days. No matter what happens, no matter where we are in that, whether you're brand new, whether you're 6 months in, it doesn't matter. These 7 days are about doing that daily work. There were 4 things that Tanya pointed out were on the IPA list. Posting every day, no matter what. We give some feedback about that. Number 2, reach out. So that list that you made, it isn't just something you tape to your mirror. You literally are going to take the time that you have set aside, say this is my IPA time, and you're going to reach out to those people. Mm-hmm. You're going to follow up with people that have already liked or messaged you, or it may be people that you talked to on this day, on this list a few days ago. You're following up, and then You're going to reach into your upline and say, okay, I need your support. I need your help. Will you join me in this conversation? Will you do? Those are the 4 pieces you're going to do every day of these 7 days. And that is going to make it work that you've done, you've practiced, and that's when it becomes habit. And some of those steps are easier for some of us than others. There's some fear in some of those. There's some apprehension. This 7 days is about doing it no matter what. So that's the commitment we're making. These 4, every day, 7 days.
Awesome. Thanks, Julie. Any of you guys want to throw anything in there? Anybody have any questions? Anything that's on your mind? I love your
In this particular session, we really only have one person right now that for whom this is really brand new. So just, is there a question from the sponsors that you know that one of your newbies may have asked had they been on tonight? Or is there something that we did not mention that you know that one of your newbies would be like, ooh, they were waiting for you to say something about this, or they would have liked to heard you say something about this? Because they can reach up to their sponsor, and that's what we should always do. But if there was something you knew tonight, oh, they're just waiting for Tanya and Julie to say something about, what is the about? Just give that some thought for a sec.
I think some of the topics that probably would come into your mind just as soon as we ended the Zoom are probably some of the things that you're going to post the videos on this week.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet. Yeah. Cool. Well, listen, thank you all for taking the time out of your evening to come out. I also posted to the team page, and maybe I can get your feedback on this right now. I posted to the team page last night that I was planning to have training because we do have our training series in session as well right now. I posted that we were going to have training on Thursday night. Do you think it's too much this week to have 2 things? Or are you okay with having training Thursday night on follow-up?
I'm fine.
Any other input?
Hollywood?
Sam Carr? Oh, she's frozen. Okay, well, I'll
I'd
follow.
be fine, but Britt would be here.
Oh, Britt, that's okay if Britt's there. Yeah. Oh, I think poor Sammy got kicked out there. All right. Well, listen, thanks, you guys. I will upload this to the Going Silver in 7. I'm going to convert it and upload it to my YouTube channel as soon as we're done. So thanks again for jumping on. And if you think of anything after, like in the comment section of this training, just put down like any takeaways you had or anything you want to add, because what you have to say is really valuable. That's what, when we started the training tonight, I talked about, like, I like that you guys feel rather free to comment and jump in, and that's really important because I'm going to learn that way too. Right. So anyways, thank you. Thanks, Julie.
Oh, it was great. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.